Hello, we're going to take a look at how to fill out the Forcible Detainer form in Kentucky, and we'll just do it here on the online form for you. And it's not that hard, but if it's the first time, this will help you with any questions you might have. They've made the Kentucky site a little bit harder to use. The address on this is courts.ky.gov. That's where you want to go. And once you're here, or you can Google Kentucky Court of Justice and it'll pull it up. We're going to Resources and then to Legal Forms. Now they have a disclaimer. You click on Browse Legal Forms. They now have them by their internal numbers, which mean nothing to us normal human beings, so it's much harder to find the forms. But what we're looking for is a forcible detainer form, and in Kentucky there are two. It's a very long story, but in Jefferson County, Louisville, you have to use a different form, and you can see it's this JEF 056-1 form is the form that you use for Louisville and Jefferson County. The information is the same. It's just slightly different form. If anything, there's more of a difference for the part the sheriff looks at. But you want to file that one if you're in Jefferson County. But what we're going to look at is the one for the rest of the state. And you can see it's down here. It's an AOC 216 form. So you click on that. And to work on it, I'm going to have to download the original in Google. Okay. There are a lot of fields, but don't be too intimidated. You will leave the case number blank. You don't know it yet. The court, normally, forcible detainers are handled in district court. Very unusual for circuit court to deal with it, and any typical residential is almost always going to end up in district court. At least starts in district court. There's a pull down for the county. It doesn't matter, but all the counties are here, and you have to use the pull down. You can't type it in. Alright, so landlord's name, anything will work for a sample, of course. And I'm not going to give you my address. And the tenant's name. And the address is typically going to be what was leased. It could be different, but very unusual. So. And this is a pull down also. If you tap K twice, though, it'll bring up Kentucky. Alright, for this you're going to need to refer to your lease a little bit. This is just stating what day the lease initiated, what day you executed the lease on. The month is a pull down. And this is the address. When they say contracted to lease, what they mean is the street address. So assuming that this is the same, and this is just a continuation if it won't fit there, and this line located at, that's the city state zip. Hopefully it's a written lease. You really don't want to deal with oral leases at all. And how much was the rent? We'll say $600 a month, due on the first. And you can't write the ST. When I try it, it says numeric characters only. So it's on the 1 day of each month, and they have breached by not paying rent for the month of, and we'll just say June 2014. in the amounts of $600. And also it accounts for late fees. So again, we can say month of June 2014. And if we figure it's 10 days past the due date and $10 a day, it'd be $100 late fees. This section here is if they have, you fill this out if they have breached for a non-monetary reason. Maybe they have a pet that they're not allowed to have, or a roommate has moved in that's not allowed, or they're making noise or something. That's where all of these types of breaches would go. You can certainly fill out both. If they both have a pet they shouldn't have and they haven't paid their rent, you can put them both down, and they'll both be looked at if necessary by the judge. Here's where you give the written notice to vacate on. This is where you post your notice. It can be as short as 7 days in Kentucky, and typically that's what's done. And so say we posted that on the 7th of, well, yeah, month and date on this one. Alright, here you're going to sign this, and you're going to sign it in the presence of the clerk. You put your phone number here, and it doesn't allow the dashes, so that's how the phone number goes. You do not fill out anything in this box. This is a sworn statement when you file a forcible detainer. To be perfectly honest, I'm not sure why, other than this is a summary proceeding. The judge is going to act quickly, so it doesn't behave like a regular civil case, and so maybe that's why they want a sworn statement. But it's very unusual because complaints are not sworn normally, but in this case it is. So you either have to get it notarized somewhere where you sign it in front of a notary, or district clerks for the purpose of filing verified statements with the court can also sign this. They're not a general notary. They can only notarize these type of legal statements, but they would fill this out. You would sign it in front of them. This is the whole form. Good luck. Thanks.